Omid and Kojo Show.
How's everybody doing? I'm just gonna shameless plug. Just dropped these brand new tees and hoodies and shorts for the Sub Party sports collection.
What are you giggling about?
I was just plugging.
Okay, all right.
I was just telling everyone to go and buy the clothing I just released.
Yeah, make sure you buy Satiety. If you do one thing today, make sure you buy Satiety.
Above food. If it's a choice between food and Sub Party, it's got to be Sub Party. Kojo, your hair looks perfect. I'm not even joking. Like the line.
Thanks.
And yeah, you've done a good job with that.
I did a little razor at the front.
Oh, that's lovely. What you saying?
Not much, mate. Being
Well, I'm saying a lot.
Go on. What are you saying? What are you up to?
So, yesterday, what is this? Someone said, "What the fuck? Alex Omid is gay."
Alex Omid is gay.
Gay.
What the fuck, bro?
Spelled G-E-Y for some reason. Yeah. So
Go on, what were you saying?
Scotland. Came up to see my old pal Kyle Skelly. Gonna be making some videos, hanging out, doing the things. And while I was driving up here, it was like a 6.5 hour drive. Got into mad traffic. There was a crash on the way, so it ended up taking like maybe 2.5 hours longer. And then 12 minutes before I pulled up to his house, fucking my car just died. Completely died. The power steering went. So I'm driving on an A road, so I was doing like 70 miles an hour, and then the lights on the dashboard started flickering. I start freaking out because I'm like, fucking hell, what's going on? And it's not too late at night, so there's still quite a few people knocking about and doing 70 miles an hour. Then all of the power in the car shuts out, but I can still accelerate and brake and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Then the power steering goes on my car, so I'm like having to turn the wheel with like all of my muscle, and then pulled over onto a side road, and now my car's fucked. So I live here now.
Well, you kind of lucky it happened right when you got to Scotland, though.
Yeah, if I was like 3 hours away or like whatever,
that'd be the worst.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you doing? What videos you making with Kyle?
So we're gonna go to Hadouken because I've never actually been to Hadouken.
You've never been?
Nah, I've never been. For whatever reason, I think the first few times I was injured / coming off the back of my ACL injury, and then for whatever reason I just haven't been to it since. But yeah, we're gonna climb Ben Nevis, I think, and we're gonna do lots of flips-based videos like in and around like Glasgow, Edinburgh. I think I'm gonna go and see Little Peen. And yeah, I don't know. We don't have like a proper plan yet because we ended up staying up really late last night, and I was exhausted, so I slept in this morning and stuff. And then today we've just been chilling really, and I've been sorting everything for the new release. So yeah, what are you saying? What have you been up to?
Fair. So, I've just been changing things with the old Flips website, the old Kojo's Trick Lab.
What are you changing? You
Well,
turned it into a curling website. Kojo's
it.
Curl Lab.
You got it. You got it in one. Yeah. So I'm changing it up quite a lot. I'm gonna move from doing such regular videos to doing fewer but better videos. Because I've been talking about this for a bit, but now I've got more of a plan of how I'm actually gonna do it. Like, I'm only gonna get videos from the people who make really good ones.
Yeah.
So only from the people who are like the best teachers on the site, and then some of them I'm gonna get. Oh, of course, Omid. Yeah, I'm gonna get them to like remake videos, but in a like an ultimate guide kind of way. So give them the guidance and the money to cover them spending hours and hours on making it really good, and getting the editors to like go into a lot of effort to make it really good. Like take Riku for example. He's already done like a snappy swipe tutorial. So maybe he won't be down, but he probably will. But like if he made a super in-depth one, it's like 25 minutes long. It answers every question anyone could ever have about Snapu. Has tons of drills for it. goes into loads of detail. Maybe there's an analysis bit I could slap in there looking at other people's snafus. So it's like, I want to get more pieces like that where it just covers a trick in so much depth that you just watch this like 20 or 30-minute thing and you really understand not just how to do the trick, but kind of how to perfect it, how to get power from it, how to variate it.
No, I feel like that's a good way to go, and it's beneficial for everyone on all fronts. Because I think initially, like people, when people see quantity, they generally kind of think it's better. But I think once you've got to a certain point where you've got a good enough catalog, like you do, how many videos are on the site now?
I don't know if it's nearly 1,000 or over 1,000 yet. It's between like 980 and 1,000. I haven't counted.
What? I thought you had like 500.
Why did you think that?
Because I haven't thought about it in a long. It's not my website. I don't fucking know what's going on with it. How many products have I got on the store?
How many subscribers you have?
Huh?
I don't know how many YouTube videos you have, though. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not promoting it all the time.
I haven't thought about it in ages. I feel like the last time you mentioned it to me, maybe that's what it is, and then you just haven't mentioned since.
No, I mention it constantly.
Yeah, but you speak to a lot of people about KTL. You might not have mentioned the amount. You talk
mentioned it on the live
every day. I don't know, but either way, got the wrong number. Shoot me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you got 900 videos, and I think if you've got like, if you're getting more people making the ultimate guide type videos, then I think it's just going to be more beneficial for the people making them because they get to earn more money, and then the people watching them, it's just a much more thorough insight into them learning the tricks. So I think it's a good way to go.
Yeah.
Good, mate.
Same. Maybe, I know, I'm missing gym, man. I'm missing being able to go to the gym.
Yeah.
It pisses me off just being stuck in the house all the time.
Well, it's only a few more days, I think.
Well, but it was meant to be a few more days last time, and then it got pushed back. I'm not even hopeful that the gym's going to reopen when they say it's going to reopen. I feel like there's going to be a load of faff, and it's going to close again. Going to be stuck on the mulch and the grass.
Have you trained since you got back? Wait, how long have you been back now?
Yeah, I trained yesterday.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, talking about gyms, I wanted to talk about what could be the dream gym setup. Like, what would your ideal gym setup be? Everything from like where it is in the world, and then where it is, like, do you want it in nature? Do you want it in a city? Do you want it like, yeah, like that kind of shit? Because like, imagine if there was like some crazy cabin in the woods type gym. Like if there were more like out there gyms where it's like on top of a mountain or something, like on top of Floyen in Bergen. And then it's like the whole side of it's glass and you can see the whole of Bergen. Like, I don't know, but yeah, that, and then down to the equipment and yeah, just that kind of shit. Like what would be your dream gym setup?
All right, dream. So first off, I think the equipment is what we'd have to figure out first.
Yeah.
You obviously want really nice spring floor like Tundra's one, but bigger. So I'm thinking a double or triple size spring floor. Or maybe rather than two spring floors together, it's just like an extra big square one, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's double size, but it's like outwards. So you want a giant floor. You want a resi pit next to the floor and a foam pit with a trampoline underneath the foam. And that's
those sprung foam pits are amazing.
Yeah, they're sick. You can, like, the one at Rush, because that's probably, well, the Norwegian Rush had the best foam pit I've ever been in. But the one at the UK Rush, I did a triple back off a trampette, did it completely wrong, landed straight so much on my head that the foam just caught me by my shoulders. I was like completely upside down. It was like a 2.5 to dive into the pit, but it didn't hurt at all. It just absorbed everything. But
when I was maybe like a year into doing flips, I did a double front and I over rotated into the uni pit, a gym in Birmingham, and that pit was notoriously hard. Even though it fluffed up the foam, I literally dived. I was still rotating, but I dived head first into the pit from the trampoline, did 2.5, and I immediately got out of the pit and went home because I cricked my neck, worse than I've ever done it before. And I was just like, I remember going to get the train, and I was looking for the train like this. I had to move my entire body.
Stupid. No, I'm glad I never got into the triple fronts. Ended up like one of those tramp kids who like paralyzes themselves.
Hey, that could have been Omid. I was close.
Could have been. But yeah, in this gym, so you'd want some blocks because you can use blocks to learn all sorts. You'd want some kind of raised height, like a vault box or something, onto the resi, and into the foam pit, so you can learn stuff from a height too. Tumble track will probably be useful, or at least a really good air track onto the resi and foam pit.
I think having a foam pit or resi where you've got like, if it's big enough, especially where it's almost like, it doesn't have to be the middle of the gym, but imagine if it was the middle of the gym, and then from every angle, if it was so big, you had trampoline into it, and then you had track into it, and then you had like a vault box into it, and then you have the floor into it, so you can train everything onto there.
It's like huge.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty sweet. That'd be the dream right there.
Right, hang on, I've just got to kick this guy.
As well. Oh, yeah, go on.
Because he said Alex Omid is gay. Don't talk to him. That was nasty. So I'm gonna hide him from the live.
No, you gave him the attention he so desperately craved. You should have just removed him.
He's never getting it from me again.
Scott, I've done that before. Blocked someone before, and they'll message me on the other account on Kojo's Trick Lab, and they're like, "Please unblock me, bro." I had someone do. I couldn't even remember why I blocked him. Turned out I blocked him like 8 months ago. He's messaging me now like, "Please."
But you look, and he's been messaging you for like the entire time. Like,
imagine,
bro.
But yeah. So what else for this gym? You want tramps. You want a mega tramp in the ground, surrounded by like a super soft area, like what airspace used to be like. I will answer this one though. Someone said, "What's the topic today?" We're just talking about the perfect gym. We're just having a nice little imagine session where we think about the gymnastic paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gymnastic.
Well, I don't know.
Gymnastic. That's what we'll call the gym. We'll call the gym gymnastic.
A gymnastic. Well, I was thinking a gym paradise doesn't. I guess that it doesn't really work though. I should have just said a tricking paradise.
Yeah, that's what I was going.
But then we're back to the whole tricking being. Yeah, you know.
Okay, Flip's paradise.
Flip's paradise.
Yeah, we're creating our version of Flip's paradise.
Covered it efficiently.
Yeah. What
the topic is, but yeah. So I'd want it outside as well.
Huh?
Maybe.
What did you say?
Like, if we talk, because those are just the base things for like the perfect gym.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about the actual like perfect gym, you'd want to have some kind of roof that opens up.
Oh yeah,
some mad shit like that.
Wild with it. Yeah, I'm trying to go like, you
can have sauna.
Like, you have like
steam room.
Blimps that are constantly flying attached to the gym, and there's like 50 of them, and as and when you choose, the entire thing can just be lifted by these blimps, and you can just be on this floating gym.
Maybe the blimps. I think they might cause problems, to be honest.
We got a dream. We've got to dream.
Yeah, we got a dream. I guess we got to start out from dreaming.
But yeah,
imagine tricking in zero gravity. That would be. I feel like that could be a thing in the future. Like, imagine they found a way to, like, create zero gravity conditions, but really easily. Because they can do it now, can't they? It's just really hard.
Yeah.
But imagine, like, 100 years from now, it's super easy, and then that's just how everyone trains. I even think it'll be that or some VR kind of thing.
Well, but, if you could just alter the gravity, so like you could change it, you can turn it up or down, and you can like, it doesn't have to be like zero or gravity. You could make it like halfway. So when you are training stuff, you just get that little bit more time in the air, and you can go a little bit higher. And yeah, you have less drag and all this kind of stuff. And you could just like fuck with the atmosphere, so you can just make life easier when you're learning tricks. That would be cool.
That would be
very cool. But yeah, so you want You want the roof to come off.
I want the roof. I want to feel the sun on my head.
Well,
I get a tan on top of my head.
I think because I don't know, there's like I'd rather just have like a slightly smaller version of the gym, but also outdoors. Everything's completely waterproof or coverable, so you are fully outside.
Yeah, maybe just an outdoor spring floor as well would do the job.
Yeah, or like I'd want a couple of tramps out there as well.
Yeah.
Tramping in the sun is so much fun. Especially, imagine if you can tramp in the sun onto a resi.
You're making me dream of the gym. I've just been missing it extra bad lately. Because now, I don't know, because it's just me in the house, just by myself all the time. I want to go to the gym, see my mates, do some flips. Instead, I'm just out on the grass. It's all right. Grass tricking's still fun. And I think after this, I don't know, I already have a lot of appreciation for people who manage to get really good just on grass.
Oh.
I think, though, it's hard to really get a gauge on it because obviously most of the time people who do that are children.
Or they end up breaking themselves.
Getting really good on grass. But still, it's really impressive.
What did you say, sorry? The last bit.
I don't think many I can't think of an adult who trains exclusively on grass who's gotten good because it's so much force on your body. It makes it very hard to progress. Whereas that's not as much of an issue when you're a kid, so it probably wouldn't be too bad for kids to improve on.
Well, it ends up being detrimental to you in the long run as well, like depending on how you approach it, obviously. But the amount of people that we've seen over the years that just end up like constantly being injured, and like they don't even have to be bailing all the time. It's just like if you're doing the wrong tricks on grass, you're gonna fuck yourself up.
Yeah, no, that's why I stay away. I try and get it out of my head because sometimes I like think, oh, I could do this combo, and it'd be some combo that's not like super hard. Obviously, I could just do it in the gym absolutely fine, and I know I could do it on the grass fine as well. But I know there's going to be a cost. Like even if I land it, I know there's a cost that comes with it, with how my body's going to hurt afterwards.
Yeah.
So I feel like that takes the fun away from tricking a bit. Like knowing that you can do stuff, but then not being able, knowing you can even do it safely and well, but the surface makes it so I can't do it.
It just makes
that's what's kind of frustrating.
Well, because it's not free at that point. It loses that element of freedom. But it just it depends on like the way that you're viewing it. Like I try not to think. Like honestly, I try not to think about doing anything above mainly just like single twists. I don't do double twists on grass that often, and it's because I'm not thinking about it, I'm not as concerned. I'm more just like, ooh, I can start working on gainer X outs and gainer rocket boys and all this kind of stuff, and like I know I'm going to be getting stronger, and like I don't need to keep doing dub over and over again so that when I get in the gym I can bang out, you know, all this power stuff, because once I get back in the gym I can incrementally build it up there. But again, it just comes down to the perspective that you have.
It's about the fun part as well. Like I miss just flying around all crazy in the gym.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
To like really put force into something and it feels good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll come around. Their gyms are meant to open in a week.
Well, weight gyms opened today, didn't they?
I'm just skeptical now. You are?
Weights gyms open today, didn't they? I'm really excited to get back in the weights gym and just like really exert some force. Because like I feel like
even use and you got to book a time and shit.
Oh fucking hell! I don't know. I just feel like I've been obviously because of lockdown. Like it's a lot harder for me to like really push myself physically in the ways that I enjoy the most. Like lifting really heavy weights, doing a super heavy leg session, and having a super heavy gym set like trick session. That it just makes me feel like nothing else. So yeah, I don't know. Again though, this isn't about us just whinging about how we don't have the gym, because we need to get a positive mentality.
It's something that's going on right now. The old Covies sweeping the nation. It's not that funny though, is it? But it kind of is as well. But yeah, this whole pandemic.
Oh, you broke up. I just heard you laughing at the end.
I was just laughing at COVID.
Oh, COVID.
Yeah, just about the COVID. You know, the pandemic, the global pandemic.
The pandemic that's killed thousands. Just laughing about it.
Yeah. That's what I was laughing about.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully it passes soon so I can do me flips, eh?
That's the most important thing. That's all anyone cares about. That's all anyone should care about. Kojo needs to do his flips. Otherwise, he's going to be pissed off with Omid when he speaks to him.
I'm going to be ranting.
Someone asked, what can you do on leg press? Everything. I like asking questions like that. For about 3 years now, whenever anybody asks me how tall I am, I just say massive. I never say how tall I am.
The longest you.
I'm the tallest man on earth. Anyway, back to the gym. So, you want the retractable roof. You want an outdoor spring floor, tramps. What else do we need?
It's like we're saying all of this. But if I had a normal size spring floor and a crash mat, I'd be pretty set, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's not what we're talking about, is it, mate?
Nah, but that's what I'm going for. That's what I dream of.
No, I feel you. I mean, it doesn't have to be the most.
It doesn't have to be what?
The most.
Yeah, but I think Tundra's pretty close to the perfect gym. If it just had trampolines, does it have? It might have. Does it have trampoline?
The one with the blue floor, it's literally just a floor, and then that like kind of resi pit thing.
See, that's kind of all you need.
Dude, it's a pretty good size as well. Like the floor takes up literally the whole room. It's great because it just goes like straight floor to the resi thing. But Scar said a good one. Sauna, steam room, and also weight section. Weight section with a PT that literally just runs around everyone.
And he rubs you as well.
Oh no! We got a different man to rub you.
Different man.
We've got Pete to rub us.
All right, so Pete rubs everyone there. All right. So you got a rubbing man, you got a training man. What else you got?
Like a physical therapist that helps you understand like the type of training that you need to do to help certain tricks and stuff like that. They study tricking and they study it from the mechanic side of things so that when you train, you can train the right things for the tricks that you're training. I explained that horribly, but yeah. We'll just allow it. These things happen.
I felt like little bits of my brain kind of dying, like decaying, as you were saying that.
Nasty. It's
like I was looking at the screen and I could almost just imagine like bits of my brain turning black, you know, kind of turning to dust, just listening to that.
That was really nasty. Really nasty.
I'm just saying what was going on in my head.
Do you know how often you're nasty to me? And do you know how often I hate you even more?
You hate me? I'm lovely to you. Treat you like a little angel.
like your queen.
like my queen, yeah. Oh, queen, baby.
Anyway, so just because you're moody, because you woke up early, I'm taking the reins again. We've got the PT. What else? Little swimming pool would be lovely as well.
Swimming pool? Well, you might as well have a jacuzzi as well then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
it's becoming like a small village.
Tricker village. I remember people used to always talk about that. And I used to think about that when I was like a teenager. I was like, imagine there was a tricking commune or Tricker Island or something. But now having gone to Tricker houses, lived in a Tricker house, and been to all these gatherings, I know that would be the worst thing. It's just the worst idea you could imagine.
Wherever that was, even if it was in the slums of fucking, I don't know, India or something, that would be the worst bit.
Yeah, the bit ran by trickers. They just ruin everything.
Yeah.
No one would clean. Well, a couple of people would be trying to keep it like organized, but they'd give up after they saw everyone else was just chucking shit everywhere and making a mess, and it would all people would start hating each other within like a month, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon there'd be everyone would break off into little groups, and then they just wouldn't really mix with the other people.
That's the dream. That's the dream, though. I genuinely used to think that would be amazing. I was like, oh, if someone starts Cricket Island, I'm going.
Yeah, that would be hype.
It would have been an experience, but you know how it ends.
I mean, there's not really. Are there things like that for any other sport or any other thing? The only kind of islands I ever hear about are for the wealthy and conspiracy theories about pedophiles and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's more islands out there than that, but I'm sure there's a fair few of them.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Someone said, "Did you see Alexander Anderson's shuriken?" Well, I assume you mean shuriken. Brother, I opened my phone. I hadn't been on Instagram like all day. Opened my phone and just for some reason wasn't looking, and then I looked down and he was like twisting himself up on the ground on the first clip. You know, the one where he wrecked himself in adrenaline.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm not even joking. It took my breath away. I haven't seen that clip in years. And I saw it. I was like, fucking Jesus.
Well, it looks bad. See, when I saw it now, it didn't even really look like much. It just looked like Zen in a standard session.
This one is like when you're young.
Yeah.
You can just get away with it. Because your ligaments, instead of like being taut and tense all of the time, they're just kind of like fucking, you pull and you bend shit the wrong way and it just does this and just goes back and you're fine.
Yeah. I wonder how, like, once technology advances more and they can repair ligaments properly in the future, just how that's going to affect tricking as well. I think, like, already when I watched Shosei's last video, it was kind of like watching a video game. Like, it looked like an animation at some points. It doesn't really look real. It's really weird.
Yeah. It is really weird. Like, I haven't seen him for like, when was the last time I saw him? I can't remember the last time I saw him, but it's been a while. I'm really intrigued to see how different he is when I see him in person next. Because, like, watching, like, obviously it's different when you see someone in person, but like the videos and shit are fucking weird to witness. It really doesn't look real, and it scares me.
It doesn't look human. It's just the difficulty is so far beyond. And I don't know, I would like to see more of him on grass, because that really trips me out. Because it's like on tundra floor, I know it's on a super bouncy, super soft floor. That takes away a little bit of it. But when you see him on grass, it's like a little alien thing doing it, you know? Little creature.
Yeah. It's, how far is this shit gonna go? I
wonder about that.
I also wonder what it's like for people that have not been tricking for as long. Like,
well, they're just going to be desensitized, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like, I wonder, because it is all relative. So I'm guessing, now this is a bit of a guess, but it seems like even, I don't know, let me explain the point. So when I started tricking, I was obviously blown away when I first saw like Velu and Scott Skelton and Teddy and Michael Guthrie and people like that. Mm-hmm. I was blown away seeing these guys do like triples and all these really hard variations. They could land on one leg and take off one leg again. And now tricking's progressed to such a crazy level, then I assume that people starting out would look at Shosei and Zen the same way. But I don't know if they do. I was thinking maybe it's like, maybe they're not even as impressed by those like Shosei and Zen as I was by those trickers back in the day. Because nowadays there's so many trickers who can do really hard stuff. And if you're an absolute beginner, you can't really appreciate the difference between a triple and a quad. So, like, does it hit a ceiling of your maximum level of impressed would a tricker who started today look at Velu and that's like their maximum tricker impressed level? And if they looked at Shosei, then they'd be like also maximum impressed, but no further really. I wonder.
Yeah, that's kind of what you just explained what I was going for with what I said.
Well, we got someone in the chat. We got Hugh, or is it Hughes? Hughes Allen Jamie Allen Hughes. His name's one of those probably. He said,
He's not. His name's Steve.
I think I've only been tricking for about 3 months. See, let us know. How impressed, who are you most impressed by and why?
Yeah, why is the most important thing?
Is it one person or is it a lot of people? I wonder. Someone said, think back. Oh, this is a good example from Nelson. Think back to the last gathering you were at. How much did it take for a crowd reaction? Like now it's huge. It has to be so much. You get like a couple of claps. If someone just did like a TDR triple cork, then it's like
no one cares.
Maybe a couple claps, maybe not. Yeah. And because another comment here says, for me, style is more important, more impressive than skill level, which I get as well. But going back to the gathering thing, even people who have super nice styles, like no one, I don't know, people aren't as hype as they used to be at gatherings. It just takes a lot more. It has to be like the craziest thing because there's so many crazy things now. Before it was just a lot of people falling down and then there was like a few really good combos.
I don't know. It's so crazy to think what gatherings are going to be like once everyone does go back. Once the world does go back, like the first huge gathering that's gonna pop off. I feel like it's gonna be like if Hooked happens this year, for example. I feel like it's gonna be fucking lunacy because like we've kind of got that. Like we've spoke about it in one of the other lives where we talked about like not seeing people's footage or seeing them in person. We have seen people's footage, but we haven't seen them in person, and it changes everything when you see them in person. And it's been for a long period of time now, so I feel like it's gonna be like the biggest leap the tricking's had in this generation anyway.
We've seen all of the clips though, and it's not been that long a time.
Well, it's been like what, 5 months, 6 months?
Yeah, so by Hooked it would have been a year, and it's like, which is normal.
Okay, but compare, yeah, that is true actually. I don't know, I got, it's a little bit different if I'm going to do a lot of gatherings more frequently and stuff, because I do end up seeing these people, and you kind of don't see it like progress as much. Well,
Scarlett said how OMG is in October, which I'm aware of. I was just talking to the organizer today, because I don't know, I was meant to go, and I do want to go as well, but I can't confirm it at the moment because I haven't planned out where I'm going to be then. So yeah, I would like to go if I can.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think people like Ethan Turner, who have really good style, or who get the crowd. That's true. I mean, Ethan Turner does get the people going. I think it just takes, like, you can still get people hype. It just takes a bit more.
Well, Ethan does
because so many trickers look the same
and really, really hard things.
Yeah, but they're not just really hard things, because that doesn't quite do it. You can do really hard things. It still doesn't get people super excited. It's got to have a bit more to it. It's got to have that kind of... Yeah, Ethan's tricks are very much kind of put on a show. Like, he really extends to the limits, and you're like, whoa, he's not just doing tricks really nice. It's kind of a bit beyond that. And not just doing really difficult stuff either. I think in person, even if people aren't actively thinking about it, like, you're not watching tricking thinking, oh, this guy's doing a really interesting hard combo. I should clap now. It's not really like that. It's kind of like you see it and you're like, whoa, or you see it and you're like, oh.
The reactions are just emotive most of the time. Like,
and Ethan's tricks kind of provoke that really well because of the way he does them. Like, someone could do the same combo.
Sorry,
I was just gonna say, there's other trickers who could do like the same combo, but people would maybe clap once or not even pay attention. But it's just a way he's kind of doing it and presenting it. it's exciting. It's like, it looks like he's really going at it when he tricks.
That's the thing. I think the biggest thing for me when I'm watching his tricks is how much you can see he's putting into it. Because like, I think there's always been a weird thing about how if someone can do things and make it look really, really easy, it's impressive. But it's different to when someone like, I don't know, like, for example, Shosei doing a quad now, he'll do it really, really easily. And if he was struggling a little bit more with it, or you could see that he was really pulling it to make it happen, for me, it always seems a little bit more impressive when you see that raw element of it. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've never really understood that, honestly. Like, from my own thoughts, like, I just kind of see it. And it's like, even if it does look a little bit harder than someone else's, like, I still prefer it to the super easy version.
Jesus is my blessing. Shaquan, that's his tricking all over.
Yeah.
Like, it looks really cool because it looks like he's putting tons of effort in. Even if he's just doing a big full variation, it looks like he's putting so much into it, which makes it more exciting. And I think that's, I think that's just a natural kind of response, a human response, rather than you actually thinking about it. Because if you were going to approach it logically, then you'd think, well, this guy's doing it, and it's like it doesn't even seem that hard for him. Therefore, that's more impressive to me. But that's not really how our brains think about tricks. It's more just a feeling that we get from watching them. And when you see someone trying really, really hard, then it's going to make you, like, inside your head, like subconsciously, you're going to be thinking, wow, that's really impressive. Like, even me watching tricks for 10 years straight, when I see Shaquan, Jesus is my blessing, do something, and it looks like he's putting tons of power in, then I think, damn, that's really impressive. When I've seen people do the same thing with another twist with ease, you know?
Yeah, no, it's true.
One of these comments, go on, you read one.
What were you going to, okay, well, there's two things that I've just seen, the one above. It said, Sevestre said, just came here to tell you guys I landed my first scoop full on cork. Proud of you, Sevestre. Congrats. Good looking. Get scoop full swing cork. Get working on it, boyo.
Right.
And then the other one was also, when someone puts effort into flexibility, tricks look more impressive. Yeah, I think when you can tell that, like, someone, like, we always talk about him, but like Mason Rowley, it's his flexibility plus the addition of the natural style of his movement. Like, I feel like if I just saw him walking down the street, it would be different. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've not actually seen him. Well, from your experience of meeting him, like, does he, I don't know, does he just move differently in general?
I mean, I don't know what you mean. Really. Well, he just kind of walks, stands, you know, sits sometimes. Okay. Sometimes he lays down.
Sometimes he does.
Just time to time.
He can lay on his front, he can lay on his back, and if he's feeling fruity, he lays on his side. But I don't know. He's got very open hips. Yeah, he does have very open hips. But you've said it about me in the past, where like you'll say like the way that I move is like Omid, this character that you perceive. You know what I mean?
That's because of your bow legs.
I know, but that's what I thought maybe Mason would move in a different way as well. But anyway, back to the original point was like,
go on.
When you see someone who's mad flexible, it just looks so much bigger, I think. And also, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about how impressive it is that someone's put in all that work to be really flexible. So yeah, I agree with that chick.
Do you think you are, though?
Well, it is always an after.
You're watching something, you're watching the trick, the really extended full round or whatever, and you're thinking, oh, wow, I'm going to clap because they put so much work into being flexible. Or are you just impressed by it?
Like I said, it's not at the time. It's like, it's always a little bit of an afterthought for me. Like, when I think about like watching, and then like there's certain trickers where it really, like, I don't know, it's really present when I think about their tricks or when I'm watching their tricks. Like Danny Graham, Anise, and Mason, just the three off the top of my head. Like, I always think about their flexibility when I'm watching their tricks. And obviously that's not like the immediate reaction that causes me if I'm seeing it in person or whatever to clap. But it is always really impressive as to how flexible these people are.
Yeah, I mean, I think flexibility plays a huge part in just how impressive things are. Like,
Yeah.
even if someone was doing a cork swing dub, then the guy who's more flexible, who can come out with like a bigger swing leg, like more leg separation, just more extended, it's just going to look way more impressive. Like without you even clocking onto why, you might just see both of them, and both of these cork dubs are done really well and easily.
Yeah.
But the one from the flexible guy is going to stand out a lot more to you.
Someone said, what do you think about the growth of trickers so fast? Years ago, the growth of big tricks and techniques was not so rapid. We've covered this quite a few times, all kind of encompassed with just, I don't know, it's exponential. And you've got two main things. You've got more information and there's more trickers. Like you've got things like Kojo's Trick Lab and even Adrenaline and like all the tutorials that are on YouTube and stuff. And then
Access to training.
Yeah, and it's like the monkey see, monkey do type mentality as well. Like the first person to do a trick opens the door for everyone else. That's just kind of the way it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy actually. It's like the better Shosei gets, the easier tricks get for the whole world.
Yeah.
Like once Shosei can do like quad swing quad, then dub will be like a pretty beginner level thing for people to do.
Well, a lot of the time, like when someone lands something, and I wonder how, actually, that's an interesting one. I wonder how different this is going to be because Shosei is so far ahead. But like, you know, for example, like if you've got 3 to 5 main trickers that can do really, really hard shit, when they're kind of pushing one another, and it's like they'll see someone, one of them will land a particular thing. Let's say it was like, I don't know, trip dub or whatever. And then it lights a fire under the ass of one of the other guys a lot more because it is kind of attainable for them. And so it ends up like, then the second person will do it. And then the third person will be like, fucking hell, I need to get that done as well. And it's like a pretty quick chain reaction. I wonder if Shosei just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, if that'll kind of peter off a little bit. Because like when people are watching Mike, like back in the day, everyone would be like, I want to be like Mike, but they can't. You know what I mean?
No. What's your point?
I wonder if it's gonna
peter off?
It'll come to a head with Shosei, and then everyone else will catch up again, and then it will keep going. Or if we'll just keep getting more and more people that are progressing at a similar rate to Shosei as time progresses. Because for the past few years, we've only seen one person right at the top of the game. And then now it's like Shosei's right at the top of the game. And everyone else is just not on the same level.
I still don't really understand what the point you're trying to make is. But I think the point you're trying to make, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what I think would happen, though. Like, when Shosei is not the best tricker, then there'll be someone else who's the best tricker, and they'll be doing mad shit. And there'll always be someone who's doing madder shit than everyone else.
Okay.
Like, what are you trying? What is the
how
point
big is the gap? How big is the gap gonna be, and how?
The gap between who?
Huh?
The gap. What gap?
Between Shosei and then like the next best.
It'll keep getting bigger until he either gets injured or something happens, and then it'll get smaller, and then someone else will be the best, and the gap will get bigger, and the process will repeat.
Yeah. I
mean, that's just what happens in sport.
I know, but in more developed sports, it's like there's a lot of people that are like, I don't know, it levels out a lot more. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you think about the world, it's a little bit different because, like, with something like football, hang on, let me think of, like, an example. Okay, like, fighters. There's a lot of people at the top that are, like, in, let's say, heavyweights that are really fucking good. And it's like, if the top heavyweights are going against one another, it's always going to be, like, it's never going to just be, this person is going to win every single time. He's going to destroy everyone else. Whereas
it's not like that in tricking.
Huh?
It's not like that. It was more like that when Mike was the best. I'd say it was the most like that in 2000, probably 2010, to be honest. I think that's when Mike was most ahead. Or between 2010 and 2013 is when he was most ahead, I think.
Well, I think in terms of level, Shosei's so far ahead.
But it's not like he could just beat anyone in a battle every time, like how Aiden Kennedy did.
That's true. But I'm not talking about battle settings. I was just saying, as in other sports, it's not quite like that, where there's one person who's just way better or way higher level than everyone else.
I think it normally is just for short. It just sometimes it's for long periods of time. Sometimes someone's the best only for a few months, and sometimes someone's the best for like 7-8 years, and that happens in all sports. Then there's someone who's the best.
Mm.
And if there's like multiple people who could be considered the best, that doesn't normally last for long. I'd see that as the transition period, and having someone who's above as like what the norm is. Because if you look at most, I don't know, when I think of any sports, then there's normally someone who's like head and shoulders above the rest. Yeah. In sports that are really easy to know who's the best, you know, like sprinting or whatever.
That is true. I'll never forget the first time I saw Usain Bolt. It was fucking obscene.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how the second best was like in training, because I don't think it was like his first major thing where everyone was like, fucking hell, we get to see this man run really fast. And he just blew everyone. It was like a joke. It was like everyone else was jogging. It was fucked.
Yeah.
Mad.
Oh, we got a good question. Who do you think is the second best tricker? And it's like, I don't think you can even really say best. For starters, because best includes it's like you're comparing too many different things, really. Like when we say best, we're just saying highest level. That's what we mean, really. I think that's what most people mean when they say best, because like for Shosei being the best, it's like is Shosei the cleanest tricker in the world? Does he come like the most original? Is he the most original tricker in the world?
Well, subjective. You know? Like I think it's just like the.
Does he have the biggest movements? We're talking about who's got the hardest tricks, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for who's got the second hardest tricks, I think you probably have to say Zen at this point. I think overall, and then Johan. Because Johan he's done a little bit more on the swings. But Zen's got loads of double flips and shit.
He has like a lot with the swings. Like
Lele commented, Mike is the best, absolutely, and it's like
subjectively.
Best at what?
Yeah,
he's objectively for who can do the hardest tricks. He's objectively not the best.
Yeah,
that's just a fact. For who can do so we know he's not the best in one category. So. Like, how do you decide who's the best, you know?
Yeah.
He could be your favorite, and he's the best at lots of things, but there's no one who's the best in every category, I guess. So normally when people say best, it's like they put difficulty level above everything else. And I'm not the one to decide whether we should do that or not, but that's just what trickers tend to do.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, let's go and get a charger. Give me 2 seconds.
Go on, go get your charger. I'll have a look at some of these comments. But yeah, for the second best, I think Zen, if we're just talking difficulty level, and then you probably have to go Johan. And then maybe Mike in difficulty, because he's done a lot. And then who after that? I don't know. I'd have to think about it more, because you got like Alexander up there, and Fuju, and Haruki. There's a lot of really good trickers on there. Too many if you ask me. Someone said Tiki do tricking from 4 years, and he close quad cork. So Tiki has been tricking for 4 years, but he's also been training at trampoline his whole life. So kind of not. Like when he started tricking, he had already quad on a trampoline. So it's not like you're starting from scratch. If you can quad on a trampoline, if you could quad on a trampoline, I'd say you're further into tricking, you're deeper into tricking than a guy who can do touchdown raise doubles. So, yeah.
What was this?
Just someone mentioned how Tiki's only been tricking for 4 years, and it's like, yeah, but he pretty much started from a position which is like someone who's been training for 3 or 4 years, you know? Because, like, if I think of where where a lot of trickers are after, like, 3 years, I'd say they're behind where Tiki was when he started. Like, being able to quad on tramp easily, you've got, like, a fast track to get in triples and stuff. Like, to go from being able to quad on tramp and nothing on the floor to being able to, like, triple cork on the floor is going to take, like, a year or a year and a half. Whereas going from double cork on the floor and no tramp to triple cork will take longer than that.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
All right. Someone said, why do you think that so many of the Japanese trickers are at such a higher level than every other country? And I think a few different things. So a lot of them are getting into it young. Like, most of them who are really good, they're all kids, apart from Taka. And Taka was an elite gymnast, so, you know, obviously. And also the gym access. They all seem to be able to go to gym, like, all the time. And
even during a
Tundra
pandemic,
in particular has a super nice floor, and they've got super good resi set up. They have coaching. At Tundra Gym, they were coached from little kids. So that being a thing in Japan probably helps a lot. And genetics as well. They're all tiny and skinny. That's going to make a big difference. Every single one of the best trickers in the world is tiny and skinny. There seems to be something to it, you know?
Yeah. It's a good place to be. Helped me in the earlier years when I was really skinny. And now I'm just a little bit less skinny. Doesn't help though.
I don't know. It helps a bit.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I think. Do you think there'll ever be? I don't know. Do you think there'll ever be a contender against Japan in future? And
yeah, nothing lasts forever.
I just feel like, no. Well, yeah, I guess not forever, but I feel like for a long while.
Oh, I was saying I was talking to Peen about this. I know who the contenders of Japan's going to be. Well, I don't know when it's going to happen. Maybe it's 10 years, maybe it's 20 years. But the contenders to Japan is going to be Africa. I know Africa's a continent, so I don't know which countries in particular in Africa. I think the Africans are going to take over. They're going to be jumping.
They are.
You wait until they get
jump.
Wait until they get some good gym access. They'll get so good. They'll be jumping so high. Touchdown reads triple back.
Double backs though.
Huh?
They all just love double backs.
For now. Right now they do. Look at Japan 10 years ago. What could they do? Nothing.
Nothing. Shosei was the first Japanese tricker. Everyone knows.
Huh?
Shosei was the first ever Japanese tricker.
Yeah. He started it there. No, I think some country in Africa will take over in the next 10 to 20 years. That's my prediction. They got the jumps, you know.
They do jump really high. Like
they do,
really,
yeah.
Really high.
Have you seen the tribes that do the raised circles?
I love it. I've been meaning to make a video where I learn how to do it like them. But I'm not gonna dress up. I'm not gonna dress up in the tribal wear because I'll get done for cultural appropriation and called a racist and all sorts. But I want to be able to do raise like this really, really fast. You know, when they have their arms up like this, and then just spinning around really fast, and then they'll like get up and just like jump. Yeah,
I think you need to get one of the tribal outfits and make that video.
I can't. I'll get cancelled before I even
No,
start.
you won't. Yeah, but that would be the best thing for you. You know how many views you get if there was a BuzzFeed article about you. It would blow you up.
I can't get cancelled. I can't do it. I'm too. It'd be too easy to take me down.
It would be funny though. It'd be something going on, you know.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What was this? Why are you getting mad? Someone's getting mad.
Yeah, you get more dickheads in your chat than I do in mine. You're attracting dickheads to follow you.
I think it's the fucking
Nah, but think, before you kick him out, like think about it for a second, because I don't watch any live streams. But imagine watching a live stream of two random men who do flips and then being mad about it. Like that's what you're doing with your time. Like we're just
and then telling the people that no one cares what they have to say, when it's like, if we weren't doing this live, we'd be on the phone having the exact same conversation. We just let other people
just
see
killing
it.
time.
You know what I'm saying?
But
it's good for the algorithm, eh?
I don't know. I don't really understand those people. It's because I don't because I feel shit sometimes and like life's not going well, but I guess I don't express it in that way. Like it wouldn't make me feel any better trying to like call people strangers names on the internet. So I don't really get it. Like I understand kind of lashing out because you're upset about something going on in your life, but I don't do it towards. It's just weird, isn't it? It's a bit sad. Weird. But yeah.
I mean, it's like the last comment this guy put was shush, and it's like you're spending your time listening to. You're listening. You're actively choosing to listen to what we have to say. We're not forcing you. It's not like this is the whole of Instagram. There's millions and millions of other things that you can do on here, other things that you can see and listen to. But instead, you're spending your time telling us to not do what we're doing.
I don't know, but people talk about just on like anything, on any YouTube video or any like podcast, people are always talking about that kind of person. And it's just
they're all just fed up and miserable with their boring,
destroying
life.
You gotta think like life's probably not going well. Yeah. They just wanted that. So again, we've given him some attention. So I guess that'll make him feel a little bit better about things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably best I just ignore most of them or just block them.
Yeah.
But,
well, I'm going to go on this guy's page and have a look at him.
I bet we could review it in the next video. I bet he's either terrible. He can do like tornado or B-twist or something, or he just can't do shit.
Can't do any tricks at all. Maybe
can't do any trick. Well, why is he even watching this?
I don't know. I'm intrigued though. I'm going to take a screenshot real quick so I know who it is. Lovely.
All right. I don't know. It's something to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something to do.
Well, yeah. we hope things get better for you, James.
We hope things get better for everyone. Yeah. I know everyone who's locked down right now. Then keep your head up. It's gonna get better. We're gonna make it. You know.
Yeah.
Gyms will reopen. We'll be training again soon.
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh, it's just gonna keep getting pushed back, isn't it? Someone just called him pitiful.
Yeah. So that Kim's comment pretty much sums up what we're doing here as well. I know we're a bit tired today, but we tried to just do the lives anyway, even if we don't feel so great. But he said, I really enjoy these lives because I feel like I can finally talk about tricking with other people who gets it. And it's like, yes, that's what this is meant to be about. Being able to just openly be kind of obsessed with tricking and just talk about all this random tricking shit that doesn't really matter, but you can't talk to your normal friends about it because they don't care. Like, no one cares about tricking. You can't talk to your family. So you got the Omid Kojo show where we talk about those things that no one else talks about.
Yeah,
and that's what we're doing.
We're with you. We're right there with you.
Right there, right in your bedroom, skulking, lurking around in there.
Don't say that, man.
Or if you're on the toilet, I'm there. All right. Yeah.
Look, you got Omid in your toilet. Oh yeah. I don't know. This I enjoy doing the lives though. What do you guys think? Do you enjoy? Oh shit! There's 30 seconds left. Let us know if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us live, and we hope you enjoyed it.
We'll have some more topics next time. We'll have more topics. It won't be as tired alive. We're gonna have some sleep before the next one.
Also, share this IGTV or just share the fact that you've been watching the Omid Kojo show on your story, and we'll love you forever.